Yes, I'm fully aware of that, Lord Theron, and I would want nothing more than indulging in some fine wine. I'm just in desperate need of some fresh air. Excuse me for a moment. Can't I have one moment? Just one? Huh? It's you? No, you didn't stall me. I just simply didn't expect anyone to be up here, let alone any of the gods. Understandable. The captain has always had a keen eye for details when it comes to security, especially with these events. I can only assume that he gave you an order to stay up here for tonight. Thought as much, but I'm not complaining though. It's nice seeing you again. It's a nice change of pace to how things have been as of late. You could say that. It's good for once not to be surrounded by stuck-up advisors and nobles. It can become very tedious over time. That's one way to put it, my dear knight. Everything has become a lot more stressful after the announcement of me taking over the throne after my father. Thank you. He was a great king, and an even greater father. I knew that one day I would take his place. I just didn't expect it to happen this soon. However, I'm glad that he could be reunited with my mother once more. I appreciate that a lot, thank you. I know that you're up here to keep and watch over the palace, but would you care to keep me company? Well, first off, it's not like you can leave your post anytime soon. Second, I would appreciate catching up with you. It's been a long time since we last spoke, just the two of us. It's been several years after all. Thank you. You don't know how much it means to me. No, it's not nothing to me. Things have been a lot different here at the palace after you left for the wars up north. For better or worse, I can't really tell. I didn't tell you back then since I wasn't sure how to, but I was heartbroken when you decided to become a knight and fight for the kingdom. I didn't want you to get hurt or even worse. Of course I mean it. You were my closest friend growing up. And this might sound selfish of me, but I have been able to reminisce over it. Back then, I didn't want you to leave because you were the only one that saw me for who I was, not just my title. And I didn't want to lose that. I'm not especially proud of the way I was thinking back then. I've always felt the pressure of being Juno, the future queen of the Mefortis. Everyone else saw me as the queen to be, and the only person except for my parents that saw me as more than just a title was you. I couldn't get that anywhere else, and no one could just be my friend without having an agenda. Yes, I'm okay. The last few years have been very difficult, but I'm glad that you've returned. You might say that now, but I would have felt terrible if I told you to stay and not leave me. As much as I wanted you to stay, I wanted you to prosper, to become a better version of yourself. I knew how important it was for you to become a knight, to protect the kingdom and its citizens. I remember back then when we first met Sir Tandros, one of our greatest warriors, and he also was your hero. I knew that you wanted to become just like him. Yes, and you did, and I couldn't have been more proud of you. I've heard great stories of your victories for the kingdom, but in all honesty, it brings me great joy to see you again. I'm glad, and I'm also happy to see that you wanted to become a god here at the palace after your return. Indeed. It will make it easier for us to see each other. Yes, I'm fully aware of that. Just because you're on duty, it doesn't mean that we can't talk. I'd much rather talk with you than those stuck-up nobles, who are practically kissing my feet so they can marry me. You can say that, yes. There has been some nobles that haven't been very subtle with their approach towards me, especially after my father's passing. Indeed, that's one of the reasons why I resent these events that my advisors have arranged. Like the one tonight. They are very fixated that I will find myself a spouse soon, someone that has a high position in the kingdom and so on. Yes, like Lord Theron. I have to admit, he has a great position in the High Council and he's adored by many, but I could never see him as someone I would call mine. Why not? If I'm being completely honest, I think he's too high on himself. Unless you're noble, he really doesn't see any reason to be respectful towards you. How do I know this? Well, I've seen how he treats my servants, and they've told me about the encounters they've had with the Lord. I very much care for every servant that works for me. I show them my deepest respect simply because they are people as well. I don't appreciate the fact that he can't respect my servants just like I do, and not to mention that he have started to make advances towards me. He started to become a lot more pushy downstairs around the other nobles, so I needed to escape up here to take a breather. Honestly, I wish I could get out of here just for a moment, not to be worried of my responsibilities and such. Wait, what did you just say? Wait, do you mean now? Right now? As much as I would love to leave the palace for a short while, I can't just leave the event. The gods will most definitely start looking for me, and there's no way that we'll be able to pass the gate without being noticed. What do you mean you have a plan? Where did you go? You scared me. No, No, I'm fine, but how did you do that? You disappeared right in front of me. The cloak? Wait. Don't tell me. Is that a cloak of invisibility? Wait, how did you come across this? Oh, I most definitely want to know. A lich? You defeated a lich? How? Oh, trust me, I don't care how long that story is. You are going to tell me how that happened. Okay, fine. But you are going to tell me one day what happened. So how does the cloak work? Oh, so you have to put on the hood for it to have an effect? But how is that going to help the both of us get past the gods? Unless you have a second one at hand? Anything you can... Wait. Are you suggesting to carry me through the gate? I'm not sure. I haven't done anything like this since we were young, when we used to sneak out. Of course I trust you. I just... Fine. But just for a short while, okay? I don't want you to get in any trouble. Very well. Let's not waste any time.